Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Love in Hip Hop Family Reunion Season 3 Part 2. And let's go ahead and just jump into it. And y'all know I gotta put my prescription glasses on. Okay, so we start off with Amada. She's checking on Culture Vulture, Mariah Lynn. And Mariah's shaming Carly Red yet again, like she loved to do, because I guess there's nothing else she can think to say about Carly besides the fact that she's older than her and her mama, apparently. That's all she can say. And she too old for the BS. And Amara like, no, we all too old for it, right? Because, girl, you about pushing 30, so please stop. So, as they're discussing, with the issues and what happened with Carly the night before, Tokyo Vanity appears and says she had to quarantine because she rolled with Chaotic. And so, because he had, she had to quarantine as well. But she's free and she's out and she's able to enjoy the festivities of the day and night. So, moving on, we see Gunplay and Scrap, and they working out together. They don't really know each other, and Scrap was like, he didn't really like his first impression. He got a Gunplay jumping in women's business. I agree. Why was you there? It was uncalled for you to be jumping in. Like, where did you even come from? Like, what in the world? And Gunplay was like, I was being petty. I just wanted to see a fight. At this big grown age, you trying to act? What, we in high school in a lunchroom? Child, I hope he's still ain't on that stuff. Because why are you doing that? And you're like, that's just how he is. Sir, you got some healing you need to be doing. Then he also explains to Scrap the situation with Trick, because he really want to talk to Trick. It's been on his mind about how he damaged that Airbnb. He goes into more detail about it and says, he was drinking and like that. I guess the people he was with wanted to go to the strip club. They left him, and so he had broke one of the windows. That's a big. I thought he just trashed. When he said he trashed the house, I thought it was just like the inside. But you breaking lamps, so he got to replace all that. You paying for it, buddy. I don't know where you're gonna get the money from, but you're gonna get it from somewhere. But he said he was still dealing with his addiction at the time. So, I guess at least he takes ownership. But it's like, eventually, you can't just be like, well, he does, all these things, but at least he owns it. He takes accountability. Eventually, you just have to stop doing some of these things. So, hopefully, going forward, now that he's clean and he's going through his healing process, he can stop doing some of this childish stuff. Because, he looking like he's too old to be doing it. So, Zell FaceTimes Sierra Marie, because, he got to get in on these cameras some kind of way. At this point, just bring Love and Hip Hop Hollywood back. It can't be no more dry in Atlanta. She tells him her issue she had with Alexa Sky, and he's basically telling her she being petty. Girl, stop. And she's like, I know. I wish I wasn't inebriated when I talked to her. Then, at least if we had the conversation, it wouldn't have went the way that it did. And he like, look, it's giving ghetto. Grow up, let it go. Pretty much. I'm just paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was saying. And she said she gonna take his advice and let it go. Girl, as you should. Like, Alexis seemed like she just didn't have a care in the world. So why are you hanging on to it? Like, just let's let it go. It's bigger fish to fry here. See, and that's what I said. It got with all these different people. So we see Fresher, and they get a lot of camera time. Like, what season were they on? I seen a flashback with 2019. I most definitely was not watching that year. Was they on New York? Were they on it? They sound like they was from New York. I absolutely wasn't watching. I don't know what they had going on. But he complains that Jen didn't have his back when it came to him, giving that unsolicited, unwarranted, unasked for advice to that group of women when it was just women and he was the only man. And she like, no, why would I be doing that when I was on the ladies' side? Listen, if I feel like you're wrong, I don't gotta defend what? I'm a Jen on this one. He like, I see why they single. They all single. You think you got it so bad, but they all single. Let's not too much. Not too much. Because sometimes it's better to just be single to be sitting up there settling with a little hush ring. No shade. I'm just saying. So, he was going on about them being single as if he was some kind of prize. Listen, you ain't no prize with that shut up ring you gave her after a billion trillion years. Then he discussed how he, getting gunned down a few years ago, and she was tearful because she was like, out of all the people you could have called, you called me first, and it was just so touching. Yeah, that's what people normally do when they're in relationships. They usually call the person they with. Like, I mean, I guess that was touching. Like, yeah, he could have called his mama, but he called you. But I mean, yeah, y'all was together for how long? And y'all have children? Yeah, he called you. He should have. If he didn't call you, it would have been a problem. But he said she been in his life since 6th grade. That's a long time. And they got kids together. So he said he's a changed man. If you a changed man, pick a date. Pick a wedding date then, since you so changed. But okay. Talking about you, wifey. I've been with you since 6th grade and now we in our 30s, honey. Ain't no wifey. No. I need to be your wife. Or nothing at all. I'm moving on, okay? So it's Carnival Day. And, this is Amada's theme. She wants to do the carnival theme where they dress up. Not carnival, like the fair. Like carnival. Like, yeah, we dressing up. We got our feathers and wings on our back. And we getting real sexy. Like, you got the... I started to say you got to have the body for it. But, honey, I've seen all types of bodies wearing that stuff. And everybody always look good. So, I want to go one day. I just want to make sure my body's to my pleasing before I do it. So, the ladies come out looking sexy. Wearing their carnival costumes. The guys looking how they look. Then Alexis said, there's chemistry between her and Scrap. Is there? I mean, I guess out of all the men there, he's probably the most attractive option. So Gunplay and Trick talk off to the side, and Trick showed nothing but love. He like, you don't got to apologize to me. Like, it's fine. It is what it is. I don't know if they're going to be friends afterwards, but, Trick does seem like, he's like, look, once I had love for you, I always got love for you. I'm a Libra. I do believe that to be true because I had a Libra ex. And child, that man, he still love me to this day, honey. Okay, he was not trying to let your girl go. But so then we see Carly, and she's complaining about these young ladies bullying her. See, I was trying to defend Carly with this whole age shaming thing, but Miss Mamas, ma'am, because I ain't gonna bullying can happen at any age. But how you letting these young girls bully you, Carly? Please. Girl, you've been on there since season 1? Or 2 at the latest? Girl, goodbye. We done seen so many faces and changes and you letting these girls bully you. Carly also seems to feel a way that Scrap is interested in Alexis Sky. She like, every time a man interested in me, then he interested in Alexis. Well, y'all run the same circles. Y'all got the same body. I mean... Tomato. I mean, what you expect? If he likes your body and you, then he gonna look like y'all get the same work. Now he gonna like the other person that looks similar. But I mean, at the end of the day, we know ain't nothing about to happen. Well, why do you care, girl? You ain't talking. Y'all wasn't even in no relationship. She acting like this was really like her man's. Like it was really not. Okay, but you got too much energy to be sitting here lying, saying you never had the sexuals with this man. Allegedly, when I feel that you did. That's just me. So then Gunplay. Oh, wait a minute. Fresher was talking to Chrissy. He was saying, so I think I tried to catch it. It happened so quick. He said that, I think he said his mother-in-law lived with them or they close by or whatever. And Chrissy was like, oh no, if Nancy was living with me, I wouldn't be able to do it. Let me tell you something. I don't even want to live with my own mama, let alone a mother-in-law. But when we speak of mother-in-laws, like, because ain't nobody in this conversation married. So are we talking about, like, real in-law? Never mind. So, Gunplay apologized to Mariah Lynn. And, he basically barely said sorry before she was quick to forgive him. Like, she just was so forgiving. Like, he barely got the apology out. It was minimal effort, and she just quickly forgave him. But okay, she accepted it, so it's all good in the hood. Amada is performing for the first time since she gave birth to her babies, and the BBL booties is shaking from left to right. They bouncing everywhere. And then Shay, aka Bucky, and that's for people of particular age, my Flavor of Love fans, and everybody loved Flavor of Love in them early 2000s. So you know who Bucky is. She's trying to go by Shay, but I liked her better when she was Bucky. Anyway, her and Amada's ex, MJ, which happens to be Shay's brother, come walking in. They strolling in. And Spice immediately is looking Shay up and down like, girl, why are you here? Who are you? And I get it. Like, Amada's your friend, so you going to have her back. She's a co-host and all this. But, like, Shay ain't did nothing to you. Like, you more upset about it than Amada is. Which is crazy to me. So we find out Mariah Lynn invited Shay, but she didn't know they had any issues. She didn't know about their beef. The producers invited Shay. Can we stop with this? I'm trying to figure out who invited her. Well, who invited her? Well, who? I mean, because I know your guest list and you know the producers invited her. Next. And what y'all gonna do about it? Nothing. So after Carnival, Carly, Amada, Spice, and Tierra are sitting in a room and they trying to figure out why would Mariah do that? Why would she invite them? Like, and she had to have known that Marta was going to be here. Why would she invite her enemies and all this stuff? So Mariah is talking to Shay and she's aging Carly again. Whew. When this child get old and she stopped talking about this age, I can't wait. Please let her get over the 30 hump so she can hush about this woman's age. I don't want to hear it no more. There's other things you can say about Carly. You don't have to keep talking about her age. So Carly says she don't got no regrets for holding that grudge with Mariah. And I'm starting to feel like rightfully so. Because in the moment, I'm like, girl, you being petty. Like, let it go. But now, like, Mariah keep going on and on and on. Like, she will not, like, let it go. Like, Alexis was like, girl, when it came to Tierra, she wasn't worried about it. She wasn't checking for her. No, Mariah keeps on and keeps on. It's the next day, you still dragging it. Like, yeah. Don't be trying to act like I don't hardly know Carly. Yeah, you do. So, they getting ready for Nikki's lingerie party. And Nikki having a lingerie fashion show. Chaotic still in he's still room bound. So he watching from his balcony. And he was cracking me up. Like, cause she was talking about y'all gonna rate it. He rating it from up there on the balcony. I was like, he should have just been the only one rating it from up there. He's funny. Cause at first I was like, what is Spice talking about? She flirting with this man. But it got to be the personality. It has to be. You make a woman laugh. It don't matter what you look like. You can get her. If you get the chance to talk to her, to get her to laugh. That's the problem. That's the problem. You got to be able to talk to her. If you can make her laugh, you might could get her, even if you're not so easy on the, not that he know, so bad on the eyes, but if you're not too easy on the eyes, you bet to be funny. Or have money. Or both. So Scrap is tired of seeing his mama looking sexy. She was looking sexy in her carnival costume. She in the lingerie, walking, strutting her stuff. For who, I don't know. Look, mama said, look, I'm about to get my groove back out here in Jamaica. You heard. So after the fashion show, Jen jumps up and she like, look, all this drama, like, we tired of it. It's too much drama. Y'all clicked up and there's so much tension. You can cut it with a knife and it's boring. Like, this is not fun. And Tokyo straight was like, oh, why do you care? Like, your man here, like, why do you care about, like, having fun? Like, why do you need other people to have fun? Just because her man, who she sees every day at home, is here, doesn't mean they want to have fun with everybody. It's supposed to be a group thing. It's not a couple's trip. This is a family reunion, supposedly, so all the cast supposed to be getting to know each other. So if y'all clicked up, it's defeating the whole purpose. I'm with Jen on this one. And the tension is a little thick for no reason, because half of y'all didn't never film together. Y'all was on different seasons. Chrissy on season 1. The other one from last season in 2019. Y'all don't even know each other. Y'all ain't crossed paths. So what is this? Oh, you said something online about me 10 years ago. Who cares? I'm with Jen. But Tokyo just wanted a reason to be mad. I'm like, see, now I was feeling like, oh yeah, Tokyo back. But then she came back and child, I remember why I was ready for her to go. So she started yelling at her. And Toke was like, well, you know what? Because she started arguing with Spice. They going back and forth. Then Toke and Carly started getting into it. And I think she was just upset because earlier Carly was like, we need to talk. I was kind of with Toke on that one, though. Like, don't tell me we need to talk and go on about your business. No, tell me what you got to say right here and right now. Or don't say nothing until you're ready to actually get to talking. So Toke was like, look, last year you was at my birthday party all up in my face, smiling in my face, and now you got a problem. Carly tried to say she wasn't. Girl, yes, she was, because that's just what you do. That's just how you is. So Carly said, Her issue is because a while back, Toke has said all the vets should be off the show. Does it matter? Tokyo's not, like, why does it matter in this moment though? Because guess what? Carly, you're on the show and Tokyo's not on the show. So does it matter what somebody who was on the show said back then? She's no longer on the show, so it don't damn matter. I mean, yeah, Carly could go, but it's not because she's a vet. It's because she don't got no storyline. She done had man after man, season after season. She don't got nothing going on. She don't even have a man this season. She was just riding on Jock's coattails to skate by. But, I mean, okay. And Carly like, I got receipts. And does it matter? It don't matter. Carly probably the last of the OGs standing anyway, truth be told. There ain't no real, like, OGs from the first seasons left. I mean, they try to like intermingle. I mean, yeah, we got Yandy and stuff, but they're not even on their show, their perspective show. They're from New York, and they just toss them onto Atlanta. So when it comes to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, there's not too many OGs from Atlanta on Atlanta, so it don't matter. Spice calls out Shay for being there. I'm like, she had more heat for Shay, who was sitting there quietly, not saying anything to anyone, than she did for Tokyo, who was yelling at her. I know don't let her overpower you. And I'm saying I'm a big body Benz myself, but don't be letting her intimidate you because she's like, why are you yelling? I can't. Just because she's louder and, you know, she's looking down on you, talking to you, like, don't let her do that. And then be yelling at Shay, who's just innocently just minding her business. If Amada feels away, let Amada handle that herself. But Toke comes out because they was going back and forth because Tokyo had walked off and went, like, she was about to go back in her room. She said she was leaving. She said, I don't give a F, whatever. You know, she didn't say that she left. But then she, like, because Spice was like, oh, if you got a problem, Shay. And then Tokyo was like, I got a problem. Like, what's your problem? Girl, what's your issue? Girl, you should stay home. What you mad about? So then she come back out of nowhere, and she did a little sneak diss with somebody, ran up on somebody from the back, and whoever it was getting a tussling. I couldn't really see because, you know, they're gonna save it for next week. And judging from the preview, it looked like Tokyo going home next week because of that. Girl, you just got there, now you about to leave, now you about to lose your check. That check gonna be real small because it is. Why was you up there fighting? Like, we too old. I don't know. Unless it's like absolutely necessary, like over there on Real Housewives of Potomac, and Wendy would have went upside Mia's head, that's fine, because it was justified. But you, Tokyo, what you doing, girl? Girl, sit back. No, we ain't doing this. Why are we doing this? This ain't Bad Girls Club. But, I mean, it was a little something. The episode was a little something. I was giving a little bit. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Help your girl out. You know, I'm trying to grow my channel. Hit the subscribe, like, comment, share with somebody. And check out my other content. Bye.